not working during the break. Awesome.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back. By the way, how close were you to my character when you were, feeding the potion?
What's that?
How close were you to my character while feeding them the potion?
Me or?
Yeah.
Dude, I was like literally like I had your like head basically resting on my chest.
Okay. Mhm. I'm just having to figure out all of the details for my character, what they look like. But yeah, they have brown hair. You do notice
Mm,
that. And they have incredibly vibrant green eyes. They aren't glowing, but they have that, they're so bright that you think they're glowing.
nice.
You didn't get that good of a look on their face since they were just waking up in an instant and then hunching over, moving that much. But
Yeah.
but you did notice that their lips are very, very, very long. Thin, but they go almost to the back of the jaw.
Damn. Okay.
So that's what you would have noticed. And they do have eyebrows that are not made out of frosting.
They do exist.
Yeah. The fact that that was a question. Okay.
during during the short rest after Jasper got pinged in the back of the neck, he went over to that corner like to take the actual short rest,
Yeah.
and he would just be like eyeballing you because he felt like as if he like crossed the line taking off the mask, and he's just kind of like watching you to see how like you're reacting to that having had happened.
Yeah. They don't like it in the slightest. That much is obvious. But how should I explain this? Do you know what hypochondria is?
Yes.
Take that and then dial it, up to 11 and add in a plague doctor theme to it, as if there are actual plagues.
Yeah.
Yeah, that. Being exposed to air, you know, everything, kind of a big deal. They were totally panicking.
Yeah, that's why Jasper's kind of like is in the corner, like keeping their distance. Uh, not out of like fear, but out of like remorse in a sense.
Yeah. They don't show you any kind of hostility, though. They don't show you any of that. How should I put it?
Animosity?
Yeah, that. They are more
Yeah,
just that, yeah, they panicked. They were exposed to germs and all of that. But
yeah. That like trying to give you your space and like the time you need to kind of like recuperate from that. I would assume traumatizing event for you.
yeah, that's one way of putting it. The only thing you will notice is that there will be quite a lot of that very bright green smoke billowing out from the mask before settling down.
Okay.
But yeah, they wouldn't be, kneeling down, hugging their legs and knees and, rocking back forward. It wouldn't be that. It would be the prestidigitation, prestidigitation. They are
Yeah,
very
like
concerned
ticking
about
all the
it.
cleanliness boxes.
Yep, all of
I
that,
got you.
and then mending their clothes and all of that as much as they can, bandaging. They would be super focused on that and almost completely oblivious to everything else. I mean, just think about how there's this. Yeah, you would notice the mouth. Their teeth look mostly human and elven, except their canines would be a lot longer and sharper.
Okay.
Which would, well, since you saw the wide mouth, snake-like appearance, yeah, like snake, like a viper or snake in general.
I would have felt a little worse. Just a hair bit worse about killing all the snakes earlier in the cave.
Yeah, yeah, I realize that now.
It's like,
So-
shit. He was befriending the other snakes. I was literally splattering them in one hit. I'm an asshole.
Yeah.
So, are we all back?
Yes.
I believe so, yeah.
I believe so, yeah.
Yes. Okay, so we can carry on. You've all had
Um,
your.
Real quick, so one little wrench. So I got a call saying, so we're supposed to have a plumber come over today. He's supposed to come over at 6, so I wouldn't have to handle it. Apparently, he's coming over at 5, so I may have to handle it. If I step away, you can just zombie my character if that's possible, and I'll just hit things if that's
Okay.
possible.
We have about an hour and a quarter left of the session, so
Oh yeah, that's the thing I was missing. You will notice that the character is androgynous. They don't
Mhm.
necessarily look male or female,
I got you.
or at the very least, it would be hard to tell.
Yeah.
So- your short rest is finished. You are all in a creepy laboratory that had a weird pink creature of death in it that like to slap people.
Go over and kick it some more.
It's not really there anymore. The rubber kind of melted away with it
Yeah,
as it turned into that horrific stink that was filling this room for about 20 minutes.
yeah. I stomp it and then prestidigitation it out of existence.
Okay.
So there's a door below, and then there's a door in the other room that probably leads somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Where should we go? Looks at the others. They seem rattled.
What
Don't
is it?
blame them.
There's a door to our south, and then I think there was another door all the way back in the room with the sarcophaguses.
Yes, there's one up here too.
You
Points to
can
the
turn
right.
the lights back on as well by using a torch.
Ooh. How?
Okay.
Oh.
You actually have to go up to them.
Huh. Okay, I like this feature.
I'd crack open the door while they're lighting.
It seems to be some kind of storage room.
I will step in. 3 steps.
2 hops this time.
To the left.
Yeah, this is some kind of storage room for different kinds of sugary treats. Cakes, sponges, marshmallows. There's some liquids. There seems to be some of that like slush that you saw in back at the maintenance crew center. There seems to be a liquid chocolate, like a liquid chocolate syrup in a couple of the barrels.
We're ignoring the window here as well, right?
Yes, I didn't mean to put the windows in. That is
Yeah,
entirely my
that's
fault.
what I figured. I just wanted to make sure.
Uh,
What would be in these sacks?
they seem to contain some kind of grain.
Does it? I'd eat a handful.
They are like candied corn.
Hmm.
They're a bit hard to bite though. Like they've been stored here for a bit too long.
They're nice and stale.
Yeah.
I'd take a pocket of those if possible.
You have a pocket of corn, candy corn.
Are there any chests in this room?
There is a couple of chests.
Looks at
The chests.
Yes, looks at everyone to see if anyone looks dexterous. They don't, do they?
No.
I mean, I'm okay. I'm
Guidance.
pretty okay.
You got
I'm
guidance.
doing.
What do you want me doing?
Yeah, just guidance to anyone opening the chest or looking for traps before running out of the room. And then
Oh, is
pick.
this a trap door that I'm at?
Mm-hmm.
So this is what I'm opening.
So it has one of them sliding bolts. As you unlatch that bolt and just creak it over ever so slightly open, you get this waft of curdled milk and some kind of rotted sweet scent coming from it.
Same smell as the sarcophagus.
Similar, but it has an extra layer to it of that sweet, almost acrid smell.
Oh, I was just having my character saved.
Yeah, it does smell like that, doesn't it? And I'll like kind of like poke my head down like with my torch and see if I can what I can see down there without like going in.
It seems to be quite a shallow room, or at least it looks like that until the light hits it, and you can see that it just seems to be a liquid layer of some kind of syrup, multicolored syrup.
I'd I'd look over at Jared and say, "You mind holding my ankles and give me a dip?"
I guess.
So I'd put my lollipop off to the side.
What about your torch?
My torch as well. I'd kind of like lean it
Okay.
on the floor there.
So
Reluctantly
as
takes them and holds them for you.
so Gareth, as you bunk the halfling, I guess, you just hear, "Bloop," and then you need to do me a strength check to pull him out. As Jasper, you feel this horrifically sticky substance seem to wrap around your head,
Oh
and it's
no!
not
You have
letting you go.
you have a D4.
As yeah, you do have a D4 from guidance.
Oh,
Please do,
okay.
please do use it.
If I notice this, can I also help?
You can. You've got an 11, so he's not sinking any further. So roll me the strength check again, as Jasper, you feel like the liquid is starting to seep up your nose, and it's starting to block up your nose very rapidly.
I help, so you have
You have
advantage.
advantage. Yes, you do have advantage. You need to-
Oh, okay.
Ooh,
I was
That
just
might.
it's high or low. There is no in between.
No, it's a
Oh, that.
yeah.
So you hear as Jasper gets pulled out, and his face is this multicolored mask of just this liquid goo that seems to have stuck to him.
be licking my lips.
You can't even open your mouth. That's the issue. It's sort of solidifying very rapidly around your head right now.
Using a knife
Can
to
I try to?
open the mouth.
So you're doing that, and Jareth, what are you doing as well?
I was gonna try to just grab it and just rip it off.
Yeah, you could try that as well. So the knife, it does quite a nice clean cut, but please do me a sleight of hand. As Jareth, you manage to grab it and just yank it clean off. It's stuck to your hand, and it's just this horrifically sticky substance.
Good thing I didn't have eyebrows to begin with.
As Doctor, you managed to cut a breathing hole in it. It's not in the nose either, it's in the mouth. You can't, because you've got some of this up your nose, and it seems to be solidifying in your nose.
I give myself guidance and I start taking that out using surgical tools.
Go for it. Gareth, are you going to try pull more off?
I mean, can he breathe?
He can breathe now, yes.
I
Then
feel like a
no.
present.
Then he's fine.
No.
Oh jeez.
You try to
Sudden
surgically.
lobotomy.
You just, instead of surgically removing it gently, you just slip, yank it straight out, and it sort of pulls a bit too much. So it comes out of the nostrils. It pulls out all his nostril hairs at once. It's like, and you also feel like your eyebrows have slightly pulled as you see the bit that was covering your eyes get yanked off a bit. So it's like separated slightly, but it's pulled your hair with it. So your eyelashes and your eyebrows are with it.
The good thing for Digit is No one's actually looked close enough into the eye. The doc might have gotten a peek of this throughout our time together,
Yeah.
but there's actually like almost like different kind of like bedding inside the eye,
Oh no. I start
and one of
empty.
them,
You close your eye, so it's okay.
well, my empty eye socket.
Yeah, you still have an eyelid.
Question mark.
Eh,
That's up to you,
well,
I
all
guess.
right, it's let's say it's close, but by the combination of what's left of an eyelid and the different paddings that Digit keeps in there, kind of blocked it up so he didn't get stuck in there.
At least he can breathe now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could. This is just a horrific gooey mess. You could try surgically remove it again, or you could just have Jareth try pull it all off.
Yeah, looks at Leonin. Because Doc's hands are actually shaking a little bit. Imagine that. It actually makes sense story-wise.
Jareth, please do me a strength check.
With a D4
Yes,
guidance.
with the guidance, because you are getting to set this up as you are about to try yank the equivalent of an iron mask off of him. Oh god.
Jeez.
You do pull it off. You hear some horrible tearing noise.
Oh,
There is now a bald halfling with no hair on its entire head.
What about the
And
hat? What about the
the
hat?
hat goes with it, but the hat's in the goo, which is just. And you can see that all of the scalp and like the back of the neck as well of Jasper is bright red as they have taken 1d4 damage from basically it's the equivalent of him having his entire head waxed in one brief second. As you take 2 damage as it's just and it comes clean off. It's like you are smooth as a baby's bottom though.
Smooth.
yeah. This feels about right.
Your hat is
I
still
try
stuck in
and lick whatever residue is like left on my face.
there. It is almost like vinegar.
Mm.
I am going to see. I'm going to cast Prestidigitation and realize that this might have helped earlier too.
Maybe.
Yeah.
There you go.
Clean or soil an
Yep.
object no larger than 1 cubic foot.
Could have helped.
Yep.
Could have prevented the bald halfling.
Oh, canon now.
Yeah.
But there we go. We have a bald halfling. And you found the gummy basement. Where all the dead gummies go.
And I don't have my hat anymore.
It's in the goo. So you could try get out. Or you could just have a goo encrusted hat.
All right,
You
hold me
cut it
one
right.
more time, Jared, but don't dunk me this time. I'm just gonna try and get my hat.
I help to give advantage on this strength check.
This isn't as much of a difficult strength check, so please, Jareth, please do me a strength check again with advantage.
Huh.
Would I be doing one too to pull the hat out?
No, it's just sat on the top. It's more your entire head was in and you had no control, and
I
it was
Okay.
a lot.
roll anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know if the hat was getting like pulled in or anything. It's in that
No,
substance.
it was because of kind of the mass of you was getting pulled in. The hat hasn't really got enough mass to be pulled in.
Gotcha.
It's just get pulled off it, and it's like, ugh.
At least it wasn't another natural one.
He rolled a nat 1 in them 2 d20s.
Yeah, I know. At least it wasn't that.
Yeah, because that's where he drops him.
What? Character dies drowning in gummies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It seems honestly would be a fitting end for Jasper. Eating everything, something eats him.
Yep.
What do you want to do?
Closes this lid. Puts on the latch, puts on a box on top of it. Looks at the treasure
Why?
chests.
Okay.
Guidance moves way back.
Who's opening it?
Don't mind if I do.
So roll me a sleight of hand, please. With guidance. So you get an extra d4 to this roll.
Let's see.
Oh,
13.
you're okay. So, yeah, you managed to lift it open and you see this crystal seem to shoot out towards where your head would be if you were taller. But it just sails straight through your hat, just skimming along the top of it, where it's a bit harder now because it's a bit more like a helmet.
Shout out to that danger sense.
And you are fine.
Is there anything else in there?
There is equivalent of 3 gold coins and a vial of some kind of cloudy liquid that looks like it's a vial of wind.
I will take the 3 coins in one hand and the vial in the other, and just kind of like hold them out towards Doc and Jareth.
A coin each, and I'll start investigating that potion later.
I'll flip the coin over to Jareth.
Alright.
There is one more chest.
Also, I can open that chest as well if no one else wants to.
Nope. No, I'm fine. I'm good.
I mean,
I'm the one that can heal you
Go on,
guys.
Jareth.
I'll open it, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, go for it. Roll me a sleight of hand, please.
Sleight of hand. Can't roll low forever, right? 12.
You didn't. You got a 12. You flip it open. It looks like a noxious gas sort of leaks out slightly, but as you look inside, you see a vial of some kind of green gas in a vial that didn't break. Other than that, this chest only contained 6 gold coins and what looks like a bear paw made out of pastry.
Oh, what?
Bear paw that looks like it's made of
Oh.
pastry.
Oh, bear paw.
Ah, nice bear claw.
Okay. I'll take. I guess I'll take the. I'll take the vial and I'll look over at Doc. I'm like, I'm guessing you'll want this.
We'll identify it for you. Whilst I get the chance to have the identify spell and all that, but we'll try to make checks to figure out what these potions are.
You could just keep it, and I'll just put it in his hand and kind of walk away.
Okay then.
Yep. Do we split the gold?
Now you pocket it.
Yeah, he's just rattling it.
I just assumed all gold was split.
Alright.
Yeah, we could split the gold.
Yep.
2
2
gold each.
more
Then.
each.
Yep.
What's I'd take a look at my wrists again.
It has gone up
Point
by
update.
53.
By
No,
up
56.
by 50. Oh, by 56. Nice.
Because the last time you checked was when you killed the big snake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Whoa.
I'm up to 66 points.
What's what's mine up to?
Yours
guess
is slightly different because you
Right.
joined at a different time. So yours would only be at about 47 because you weren't in the group when the bear died.
47. Okay.
So yeah, they didn't get credit for the bear kill because
They didn't get credit for the bear kill, but you do get the 50 points extra. Sorry, the 50 points extra because that is Mr. Blobby kill. So you're actually at 97.
Nice.
I was working out your points up to that point and forgot about the Blobby for you.
Gotcha. I just knew I had 5 from the one thing, and I didn't know anything else.
So Jareth at 97 and Doc Knight at 66.
Yep.
Word.
He was here first, so he killed most of the
Yeah.
creatures that were upstairs with his original
Makes sense.
party.
True. There are more chests in here.
Most of them are full of some kind of gummy parts and gummy liquids.
Yeah. Then there's the door down here. But yeah, we would do probably a very thorough once over on everything.
Yeah, I check out this scroll on the desk.
I
That?
definitely opened the door. I'll close
Yep.
it.
So let me just find that scroll for you. Just give me a moment.
Can I use my herbalism kit or medicine to check out what these potions are so that I know what I'm adding?
They are a poison, a straight poison. It's DC 13, I believe, with a 1d, and it just poisons with a 1d6 damage, I believe.
Okay.
And the other one you're not sure on because it's quite a powerful potion.
Okay.
As I am just finding. Here it is. It is a scroll of command.
Ooh.
Oh,
Don't remember
I'd
the bloody name of it.
so it's written in common.
Yes. Well, it's written in a language that sort of shifts so you can understand it.
Ah, so it's in halfling.
It sort
I
of
will.
shifts. So whatever your language you can read, it can shift into.
Yeah, my character would be reading in halfling. That's his first language.
Hmm.
He knows like all the short languages and common. I after seeing it, I'd hand it over to the doc,
Okay.
and as I was handing it over, I'd say, "Sorry about earlier. I just didn't see any other option."
No, no. It is fine. It is unpleasant but necessary for survival. Such is surgery. Has a
And
visible shiver.
Jeff, you opened the door, didn't you?
Yeah, I opened it and
Yeah.
then I closed it because he was messing around with the scroll. But I didn't open the door.
So as you open the door, you see that this is some kind of library.
Oh, cool. I thought it might be like a graveyard for small animals or something.
Pet cemetery. Let's go.
Ooh.
Right. So I'm just gonna step to the side and be like, Doc, this seems like a you thing.
Yep. Do I see anything of interest in here?
Books.
Okay. Yep. That's it.
As you start to step forward, you can smell a kind of strange smell. It smells a bit like burning lemons.
Mm.
There's something wrong with my mask. I can smell things.
Mm-hmm.
Start checking it. Yeah.
It's almost like it's an arcane effect that's coming through to you.
Uh. Phew. No longer panicking.
Yeah, as anyone goes near the bookshelves, you can smell that strange burning lemon smell.
Yeah, I started walking the perimeter of the room. Then
So these books, or Doc, who looks like he's looking at them, these books seem to be based around researching the world and the world magics.
Mhm.
The issue is, it seems like the ink in the paper is actually burning away. Not the books themselves, it's the ink themselves that is burning. So you can look up 3 things in here about the world's magic quickly.
Hmm. Yeah. I'm going to be
It-
doing
Or,
that.
uh, or you can give it so each person can look up 1 thing.
Yeah, that was what I was going to ask. If
Ah,
anyone has it. 3 things about this world's magic. Hmm. What happens to people who continuously eat the candy here?
you.
Like, do they potentially turn into those creatures?
As you look through the books, you quickly find the answers. It seems anyone that eats the candy get full nutrition, as if they were eating a proper meal. They don't get tooth decay as long as they're wearing a collar or under the age of 12. And they do not turn into one of the creatures.
Okay. Well, that was my question.
I'd probably look up if there were any reports of like escape.
There is several reports of escape through several different methods. You get to glance at a couple of them. One was a fracture through dimensions. Another one was a high-level wizard before they implemented a restriction on all collars. And another
Huh.
one was it's not really described very well, but it says exploitation.
Okay. I'd relay this information, of course, to the Doc and Jareth.
Hmm?
Jareth, do you have a question you want to look up about the world, or do you want to give it someone else?
I would so I don't know if this would have been covered before when during your other session,
Mhm.
but I would look up who exactly owns this place as
That
far as like like more specifically like why we're here, but like more about them and what like the reason they have us here, I guess exactly.
so that I did explain in the last session. So as you won't hear, it won't count as your question. The person that runs this place is the Sugar Plum Queen.
Right.
This world is her own little demi-plane for her enjoyment, but for some reason it is powered by children. Not
Just a
directly, but
fairy.
some reason the children are here and somehow they keep this world going. You are here to deal with the issues that come with a fake world trying to become real.
Ooh.
So in that case, can I look up why children are necessary?
Yes, you can. The reason children are necessary is their joy, is the power source. Kind of like a Monsters Inc. situation.
Uh,
So as long as the children are having fun and joy, it will feed the world and keep it going.
I relay that to them.
hmm.
As you are all flicking through, you see the back pages first start to sizzle as the letters literally are burning in smolder off the pages in some kind of weird arcane energies that give off this lemony scent.
Hmm. I take a quick look around for any metal pieces or anything metal.
I did just DM you, Josh. I don't know if you got the
Yeah, I just
notification.
noticed that.
Yeah.
Jareth, there is one thing that you should avoid doing often, and that is speaking too much about the Sugar Plum Queen, because she can listen in to conversations. You don't know when she's listening in, and she doesn't listen to everything because she's only one person, but she can do it. So be
Okay.
careful with your words are related to the Sugar Plum Queen. On that table, you find 3 scrolls that are mostly blank now, and an inkwell with a feather in it. It is actually a real feather.
Ooh. I'll take it. And
That's
an
very
inkwell?
interesting.
Is it a 1 ounce ink bottle?
Yes, it is. Although you can see that the ink inside of it is some kind of flavored liquid.
Yep. Alright.
Is this a desk that I'm like next to slash on right now?
It's a bookcase.
Bookcase.
hmm
Does it seem to differ from any of the other bookcases in the room?
It seems a little bit sturdier. The material it's made of is a lot hardier. And the books on it are a lot thicker and they look realer. Like the other ones look like they're sugar paper bound in some kind of like what is that material? I've forgotten the word now. I forgot what that kind of sweet is called or candy. It's kind of like a tape. I've forgotten what it's called,
Oh
and
yeah,
it might be
there's
different for
like sour strips. There's like
that. Might
bubble
be it.
gum tape.
I think it's the bubblegum tape.
Yeah, like Hubba Bubba.
Yes, that's the one. It's called something different here, so that's why I'm getting confused.
Yeah.
But it looks like it's made of them. But on this bookshelf you're at, they seem to be bound in actual leather.
I'll noticing that I would definitely call Jareth and the doc over saying, these don't look like they were made here. And as they're coming over, I would try and also like kind of like pull the bookcase forward a little if I get like my fingers behind it, just to see if like there's
Yeah,
anything behind it.
you can, and there is one book behind it.
Oh, I'll sneak down, pull that up, look at the cover.
It's an unnamed book. It is definitely bound in some kind of leather, and it actually has a couple of thin chains on it.
I'll kind of like examine it as I like bring it around, not like hiding it from the other two, because they definitely would have seen me kind of like squeezing back there a little bit to pull it out.
Yep.
So, what do you want to do with it?
Do they appear to like be like the chains act as almost like a lock, so to speak?
Yes, kind of like a binding to it to keep it closed.
Do they seem like they can like unhook, so I could like read the book, or
Yes, they do.
I guess I'm gonna look to these guys and be like, guess I'm gonna try and open it, and I'll take the chains off and try and open like just the cover and like try and see if there's a title on the first like real page.
It doesn't actually have a front cover on it because it is some kind of wizard's.
Hmm. So I'll like thumb through it. Any text at all?
It does. It has quite a few spells in it.
Ooh.
Not many
In
cantrips,
common?
but it has a. There is a couple in common. There is some in Elvish, as it is
Speak
that
of
kind
that.
of. You might not speak it, but you can recognize the weirdly long flowing letters of it.
Hmm.
Okay.
Can I tell that it's possibly a wizard's tome?
Yes, anyone that looks in it can tell just from how it's laid out. This is definitely probably a wizard's tome, no matter how you look at it.
I'd offer it to the doc.
Hmm.
Seems more your pace than mine.
Yeah. I'll pick it up.
It has a bit of a weird assortment of spells. Some of them you might not expect to be with a wizard.
Hmm. Okay. You can give me a list later and I'll copy them in. But for now, to keep things going, I would
Yeah.
just put it aside.
Was there any like author signature or anything like that?
No, there was no author signature, sadly.
Nothing like if found, please return to Balthasar.
No. You just see one word at the bottom, vector.
Vector.
Yes, that's what.
Hmm.
No, you don't actually. You're having go deal with Vect or anyone like that. You're not. No, I'm not bringing them in. They'll just kill everything.
Yeah.
Glorious day to die.
So, this room is basically a room full of empty books now.
And there wasn't like any kind of like passage or doorway or anything behind the bookcase, just that one book I found.
Yes, it's almost like that book had been like dropped and slid behind it.
Gotcha. And do any of the other books on that bookcase have like titles? Like, does any of the books have titles, like the ones that aren't candy made?
Yes, actually, all the books on there do have titles, and they're all kind of a random assortment of different titles. Like there's one about crops. Like it's like an almanac for a plania region, like plains, I should say, not plania. That's something different in D&D. There's one about forestry, animal husbandry. Oddly enough, there's some about some basic magic knowledge, but it's not like spells or anything. It is like this is the weave, and it's like your introduction to what magic is.
Hmm.
I'd probably pocket that one.
There is also just it's kind of a random assortment. There's like a couple of books that have suggestive titles. It's almost like this is just a random selection of books.
Mm. It's kind of like the donation bin at a library.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah. So if I can pocket like that intro to magic book.
Yeah, you can. I'm gonna stop you. You have the intro to magic. Congratulations.
Thanks.
I don't know what you want to do with it, so I will find out soon enough.
My thought process behind taking it, just for your knowledge, is to kind of get a better understanding of things beyond my control. Like now, like because like I found the scroll, I found that spell tome book that seemed really interesting. But I don't know magic, so I felt like this was like like magic for dummies kind of thing.
You're going to become a wild magic barbarian at this rate.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Like, huh, that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see where it goes. It's just it's opening a door. Very
But yeah,
short door, but it's open.
there isn't much else in here, sadly.
Thornton looks at our Leonin. Anything of interest for you?
I mean, in here, no, not really.
Hmm. And I
Is
believe,
this anything that I'm next to?
Candelabra.
Just a candelabra?
Mhm.
Okay, cool. And these just like an empty scroll case or something?
Yep.
Gotcha.
Sadly.
I might take the scroll case and just offer it to the doc to carry the scroll I gave him earlier.
I'll do that.
Yeah, I guess we'll head back towards Now is that everything in this little chamber here?
Very
Yeah.
much that you could take.
Well, it's just exploring. That was all the rooms like that led from the initial lab.
Mhm. Which,
Cool.
if you are leaving, I can say that you would be able to get back to the cave mouth without any issue, as you murdered everything along the way.
As we walked by, I just poked my head over at the ballista to see if it reloaded.
Auto reload on it.
What's that?
No auto reload.
Okay, that's what I figured, but like some crazy magic happened in there.
You are fine.
All right.
All right.
There's
Yeah,
still
so
that path through the little mausoleum thing kind of over here.
Why do
Oh.
that when you can bust through a wall? Kool-Aid Man style. It seems kind of fitting in a
Okay.
candy world.
I'll move you back to the
Oh,
upper mount.
this is just a window, isn't it?
No,
Where's
that's
the
a door.
doorway?
That's a window at the other
Oh.
side. Well, it is actually a doorway.
Mm-mm.
This is when I was learning Dungeon Alchemist, so
Gotcha.
it's a really good feature, that thing, because you can just upload a map and it has all the lighting and everything turned on already.
Yeah, it's really cool.
But there we go. You are currently on the far left
Mm.
in the Gummy Lands, and you are in the forest.
All right.
What time of day does it look like?
Right now, it's around. It's hard to tell exactly, but you think it's definitely night.
Can I make
Probably
a
around
survival
11.
check
Yes, you
to see
can.
what
You
time
can.
it is?
Yes, please
Yeah, I
do. I
wasn't
can tell you
sure
the
if the
time. Yep,
Oof.
sometime around 11.
I wasn't sure if this was like a daytime 24/7 thing because of the kids or something.
No, because the kids need to sleep as well.
Good.
Also, the denizens need to sleep because they have to deal with the kids.
Yeah.
And you can head. The way to travel in this is for the maintenance crew. The safest way is through the underground tunnels that lead to the maintenance crew city. Mainly because they found out that they needed to install these because they lost a lot of people trying to get back to the main city by going overland and accidentally stumbling into kids.
How close are we to that city that we first saw when
You
we came out
are
of the tunnel?
about 2.5 hours away.
And it's 11 o'clock at night.
Yep, about.
Hmm.
I do not feel like turning into a boat.
Yeah, but if the kids are sleeping, this would be like the best time to check out a city if we wanted to.
Hmm.
Or we could, try and find something a little low key and sleep for the night if we wanted to.
You are about 2 hours away from the tunnel entrance.
We can go there first.
Get to the tunnel, sleep it up there.
Yes.
So yeah, you are all very tired at this point, and I will say you all gain 1 point of exhaustion.
Let's go. Get rest. And yeah, I have to switch the spells that I have, since I didn't add one for
So
leveling up.
you can have a long rest in the tunnel if you want.
I mean, it sounds pretty decent to me.
The downside to the tunnel is it's a tunnel of the exact same thing for several hours. So it's very monotonous to wander through it. It's quiet though, it's dry-ish. There's always a kind of humidity in the gummy lands. Just from what it is made of, it's very moist environment.
I mean, Doc full send already, so I'm all in.
Yeah, have a long rest.
Yeah, I just carve some fudge and make a bed out of it.
Yep.
I can rage again.
Yeah, I can use more spells again.
So you can head back to the city in the morning if you want, Maintenance Crew City.
Yes, no, yes, yes.
Yeah. No,
I
no.
mean, sure.
Yeah.
Not too
Starts-
much else we can do.
Taking like the week-long journey to get there.
Yeah, it does take a long time to get there. You can travel through the tunnels in bursts of several hours before your mind just sort of starts to melt a bit and you start going a bit stir crazy because it's the same thing over and over. And if you've ever gone down a long road where there's just nothing but the same thing over and over and over, it gets very draining.
I've been through the desert.
Yeah.
Yeah, your mind just goes after a certain amount of time, so you have to stop. Otherwise, it is levels of exhaustion, and it's quicker than being sleepy. But you eventually get back. It's loud, bustling place. You can see the outer layer where most of the stores are, but it does go further in where there is housing further in. You can quite cheaply get a place which it'll cost 1 point for a night and a meal.
I
Or
Do
two
they
don't.
gold
accept
coins.
gold?
They do.
But
Maintenance
gold is
Crusade accepts gold.
worth so much more.
It's
They
1 point
say
for 2 gold. Metal pieces is 2 metal pieces for 1 gold. Yeah, 2 1 2
so.
1.
We'll call it 6 gold for the 3 of us.
Yeah, it would be 6 gold.
All right.
But you
This
don't need
one's
to do
on
that.
me, guys.
Right. You could. Yes.
Yeah, but
If you wanted a bath as well, it'll be included.
but they
That'll be the
don't.
most pleasant thing.
But it won't be war.
It will.
Milk bath.
Wait, it's
Chocolate milk
actual.
bath.
What they do is they get the water in the bottom and they separate as much of the syrup out of it as they can, so it's just ice.
Hmm.
It's still not as good as if you could purify water,
Fair.
but it's better than taking a dip in the slushy.
Yeah, I'm fine. I got prestidigitation. I don't need to eat. I got good berries.
So
I'm
yeah,
good.
there is a couple of general stores. Well, they're not general stores. They tend to be stores that sell everything they can get their hands on.
I would
There
go
is,
with others and mention that I did pick up all of these metal pieces, and I could go sell them for gold.
It's
Or
your call,
points,
Duck.
since they're probably heavier to carry around metal pieces. So those 180 metal pieces I would exchange for points or gold, and then split with the party.
are you going to go do that?
Yes,
You're just going to the closest store.
I would ask
You-
around to the.
Yeah, let's say you get quotes.
I would.
If you go around asking for the best one, they would tell you to go to Mags or Queen Mags.
Will go to Queen Max.
So yes, you go to a pretty standard looking store for the most part. It has everything you could ever want. You can't really see anyone right now, but you have just stepped through
Or
and you hear the
anything.
little bell. Oh, sorry. The default kicked in. Oops.
Yeah, so I figured.
There you go. So you can see there's lots of options here of different things. A lot of the metal equipment as well. This is why Queen Mag tends to be one of the more popular ones because she has a lot of the iron, or they do. But as you step through, the little bell jingles and you hear, "Oh, darlings, I'm just going to be a minute," as you see Queen Mag step out.
Oh shit!
Well,
Who looks absolutely fabulous.
indeed.
Absolutely.
They are some kind of Earth Ganassi that has some kind of platinum or jewel heritage. And they're like, "Oh, darlings, who are you? You are new, aren't you? Have you come to Queen Mag's to sell something? Or to buy?"
Jasper would just be staring, like the unsure of the winking or blinking.
Oh, you're not sure because the eyes do seem to change which ones are actually looking, but only ever two eyes are open, and it's always the parallel to the other one. So it's never like the top and the bottom left. It's always the same two eyes open.
Gotcha.
Making so many notes. Multiple eyes, sets of eyes, always in pairs. Question marks.
So, darlings, what have you come for?
Oh, yes, yes, yes. Selling metal pieces.
Oh, you're the shiny collector crow, are you? Hmm. Let's have a look
Just
then.
cocks their head, just crow? Bird? I am no bird. Why would you think bird? Question marks.
The beak, darling. It's very protruding.
Completely acts like they haven't the foggiest idea of what they're talking about.
Just the frosting eyebrows and like the side cocked head I'm imagining.
Yep.
Like a bird would do.
Never mind, darling. The shinies.
Yes, yes. Pours out
Oh,
180 metal
these
pieces.
are. I can give you 90 gold for it right now if you want.
But you want us to come back to sell to you more, don't you?
Of course, darling.
Persuasion check to try to increase the price a bit.
You can try to.
I would have guided myself before I walked in.
Okay.
Jasper would for sure be no help in the persuasion because he's just staring.
That's a damn good roll.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let me see how well Queen Mag does. I'll tell you what, darling. I'll give you an extra 10 gold if you come back and only trade with me.
Deal. As long as it's within the city, I will only trade with you. Shakes hand,
Yeah,
gets Mal, divides 100 for everyone, so they get 33 each. I'll take 34.
Queen Mag breaks out the contract. Very similar contract.
yeah. So Queen Mag,
Can I have your bones?
for some reason, just reaches into this very fancy clothing, pulls out this long scrolling contract, and says, "Please sign here, 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 and here."
Starts reading through it and starts negotiating. So, when you die, may I have your bones?
I haven't got any bones, darling. I'm loose and limber.
Then may I have your body?
Can I have what's
Is
left?
that an offer?
When you die, yes.
No, I'm not into that, darling. But if it's for right cause, and you give the right amount of money when I'm alive,
Make notes about all of this. Yes, yes, yes. Trade a lot here. Make lots of coin. Get body. 6
I'd
eyes. Check.
I'd try and sweeten the deal by saying, he has a contract for everything but my remaining eye when I die. If he happens to die first, you can absorb his contract over me.
Aren't you just a little darling? And you've got a tall, dark friend over there as well. Well, I can see what I can do. I think I have a use for someone of your stature in the future.
Again, just the unsure winking or blinking from Jasper.
And Queen Mag kind of joins in, like blinking. The eyes just seem to blink and wink at the same time, all of them, like flashing.
I approve. Out of game, just I approve.
Digit would have poked his head up as well to like kind of stare as well.
It's
Once that
shiny
started
and
happening.
glamorous. Is there anything else, darlings? Do you want to buy, sell, identify?
Oh, yes, yes. Identify this potion.
It'll cost.
How much?
For you, 2 points.
2 points.
Would you take 5 gold instead?
Of course.
All right, I'll cover that.
All right.
Queen Mag lifts it up, and all 6 eyes open for a brief moment. A light seems to flash in each one, and then puts it back down. It's a potion of gaseous form.
Ooh.
And you want to be a fart
Single
in the wind, I
use?
guess. Single use.
All right.
Good to know.
You want to move like the wind and smell like the environment.
Do they give off an aroma?
Who?
Mags.
Hags, yeah. It's kind of an earthy smell. Not like in a bad way. It's like the ground in a forest. That kind of mossy, earthy smell.
So it's like definitely like a significant, noticeable smell compared to all the sweets we've been smelling in this world.
Yes. It seems to
Okay.
overpower it. This entire area seems to have that kind of earthy smell for some reason. Which the weird thing is, as you look around a bit more, the actual interior of this is actual materials, like actual wood and actual stone.
Nice.
Hmm.
Can I ask, how long have you been here?
Myself, 20 years now?
Do you ever leave?
No, I'm not a combatant, dear. I love to trade.
Yeah,
And as long as I stay down here, I'm the only queen that lives down here.
how
So
does the
Gender female.
My gender
Oh, you
doesn't
never
matter,
know.
dear. It's whatever I want it to be.
Multi-gender. Can change genders. Need further study.
Gender fluid.
you've been here for 20 years, but how long you've been trading here with your shop?
That, 15. I quickly found out I'm not built for the... I'm not martially proud, and I'm not very good with a spell.
Does
Skilled with my tongue.
does this person have a collar like we do?
Yes, it is that bright pink thing with the hoop through it.
I'm not looking at the
Oh,
picture of the person.
it is like a big pink collar
Oh,
around them that they're quite happy.
I got
It's almost like a focal point for them. It does
you.
sparkle a little bit as well.
All right, so I'm gonna look a little curious. I'm like, so in 15 years of trading, you never made enough points to get that thing taken off.
Oh, I don't want to, darling. It has so many benefits if you get the right things attached.
Can we see their wrists?
You can,
But can we see their points?
not quite. It's covered up partially, but you can see at least 4 zeros.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, Jasper's just like he notices that, and he's still just like doing the. You don't know if he's winking or blinking.
Yeah. Doc
Darling,
goes.
What I
if you
Study.
live here, you don't want the color off because your teeth fall out so quickly. You lose your prize-winning smile, and Queen Mag smiles with this brilliant white teeth.
Good to know.
Jasper would smile uncomfortably large as well. Having like perfect teeth for like not having them forever in his life.
So when she said that it has a lot of benefits if you get the right things, would I
Hmm.
know what she's talking about based on what happened before? Like, are there
Sort of.
modifications to the?
There is modifications. It's a question that you have to ask in character to have known about because the person Carl wouldn't explain
Okay,
it to you because Carl doesn't care if you live or die.
that's fine. I didn't know if beforehand if that would have been something that they would have already known and possibly me as well. So then in character, I'll be like, can you? What do you mean by if you get the right thing?
Well, mine personally provides me with a few items, a few useful trinkets, and reaches for the neck and seems to nip it, like rub their forefinger and thumb along it and pull it towards, and it seems to pull out a cloth, and then does it again and seems to pull out a dagger. It says it's a bag of holding for one thing. If you get the right gifts, it does all sorts of things, and it seems to change colors rapidly. It
Hmm.
has a couple of other features, and she's like, I can make things taste like whatever I want. Let's see, what else did I get? Got a recent one that I was quite pleased with. Oh yes, it was the cleaning function. I don't need to take a bath anymore. It does it for me. It's
I immediately
more
perk up
like
at
the things.
that. Just yes, yes. How much for that?
Which one, darling?
Cleaning and bag of holding, but cleaning.
Cleaning? Cleaning's fairly cheap. I can get you that for about 300 points.
Note to self: get 300 points. Check.
The bag, though, it depends on size. The standard one, it's a bit small for me,
Hmm.
but that one's about 750 points. You can only get them with points, sadly.
Understood.
I got
And
the expanded edition, which gives you a much larger area.
Good to know. Other things to sell. Put them on counter. We'll look for counter. They buy. They do stuff. Me organize. Just completely focus on taking out other things to sell.
Any other questions, Dia?
out of like in the game, real quick. Can you just remind me how many points we were told we needed to get out?
It was, I believe, 200,000. Let me
Two
just double check.
hundred thousand.
But if you want the collar off, it's cheaper.
How much? For future
To get the
reference.
to get the collar off, it's 50,000.
So 50,000 to get the collar off. 200,000 to be returned.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought those were one and the same. When I had asked about getting the collar off, I meant freedom. I
Yeah,
assumed they were one and the same.
it's some people just don't like having the collar on and they want to get it off, so there is a cheaper version, but that doesn't mean you can escape
Right.
unless you
Okay.
have the means for yourself to get out. Because the collar has some restrictions on that people can research if they want.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
So it was 200,000 to be sent back.
Yes, to have the collar removed and be sent back.
Okay.
Might have to
I
weekend Bernie's
Wait, wait,
this store.
Gareth, what was that?
Oh, I'm sorry. I just said something to myself, but I guess I didn't mean for it. I said might have to weekend at Bernie's this store in order to get 200,000.
And then it was
um
Jasper.
yeah, I was gonna ask Max how much for the anything could taste like anything.
That one, fairly cheap, another 400 points.
400 point.
I go up to you and just, I can make it taste like anything.
Can you?
Yes, yes.
There's some things here that taste like almost like uncooked meat. The taste has been growing on me.
Hmm. Can try. We'll try. goes out and takes some fudge or something. Casts prestidigitation, comes back in with it.
I need it immediately, whatever you give me.
What's it taste like then?
Yeah, meat, raw meat, but slightly different from the one I've been feeding him earlier.
It's now raw pork rather than raw beef.
Mmm. It's close. Very close. We can work on this. It's a good foundation.
Yes,
That's what you
yes.
get for having to deal with a snake person.
Yeah.
So, you have a store you can buy and sell things.
Yeah. I'm trying
I
to
know
sell some just random stuff like pitons, light crossbow, an
if
iron
it is,
pot.
if it's made entirely of metal, like at least 80% metal, like a
Yeah.
maul or something, then you can sell it for 10 times the gold value.
Oh.
That's if it's mostly metal. Backpack, you're going to only get about 2 times the value. A light crossbow, you'll get about 5 times the value. Same with the bolts.
Yeah.
Pitons, you'll get 10 times the value.
Alright. And a
Crowbar
crowbar.
as well, because it's metal.
Yeah. And a hammer.
Hammer, that's that'll be 10 times as well, because it's not a mallet, it's a hammer.
Alright. So, light crossbow and bolts were double.
No, they were 5 times.
Okay.
It was the backpack that's double.
Yeah. Yes.
Pitons and iron pot 10 times, hammer 10 times, crowbar 10 times, backpack 2 times.
Yeah. X. I'm just updating here.
And prices can vary sometimes depending on stock.
Yep. You can confirm all that later, but also the things about the gummy pelts and things, if I can sell them.
Queen Mag's like, no, darling, they are just trash. You have ruined them.
Tosses
I'd
the one. I do have one that's good. A gummy pelt.
Which animal did you get that from again?
A gummy
those,
wolf.
yeah, that's from the
Oh,
wolf.
yeah, the first one. Like, that one. That one I could do something with. I tell you what, I'll give you 3 gold coins.
Deal. Not negotiating to pay you good for future reference.
Okay, darling. Looks very confused by the whole thing.
Yep.
I'd hold up that potion bottle that is now full of the grape skeleton dust. Say,
Okay.
would you have any interest in this?
Lifts it up and doesn't even open the other eyes, just starts rattling it about. It looks like some kind of powdered toad. What have you been doing? Grave robbing at such a young
No,
age.
not necessarily grave robbing. Kind of grave exploring, and the skeleton looking things kind of didn't like us being in there, and one thing led to another, and now I have this.
Darling, we call that archaeology.
There's a permit involved. Can we have a permit?
Yes, there is permits for it, but most of the people just ignore it. It's like when you talk to the rich. There's never an insane rich person, they're just eccentric.
I'd So I take it back. I assume no real interest in it,
No interest, sorry. We
and
have enough sugary sweets as it is.
I'd kind of like gesture them like down, so like I could like whisper in their ear.
Hmm?
Does
Yes.
does you know who get upset that you call yourself queen?
Oh, no. That she is the true queen, where I'm just a queen of fabulous.
Okay,
True,
because
true.
we were warned about that, and I didn't know
I
if you had
don't
like a deal with
badmouth
her
her,
or.
she has style beyond imagining, but I'm the fabulous queen.
Gotcha. Just making sure. Do you ever like see them or talk to them? Have you
Who?
ever? The big one.
Oh, I've seen her. She once visited down here. What was it? Someone said she was ugly or something.
Which
We had,
obviously would not be true.
yes, of course. And she turned out to be listening that one time. It didn't end very well.
Has there ever been any like good altercations that you've heard of from people like us? And I was kind of like
Mm,
rattle my own collar.
only from Carl.
Carl. Carl had a good interaction.
Well, yes, he was a kid originally, wasn't he?
That he was.
When he was a kid, he said she was a lovely woman. As soon as he became of age, though, yeah, she became the nightmare she is, as we all know.
Hmm.
Is that all, my darlings? Because I would like to melt down this metal.
Yes, yes.
I believe so.
Then I bid you all a good day, as I am going to be busy for a few hours. And seems to go back into the back room where you can see some kind of fiery light coming from that back room. And you do get a waft of heat coming from that room as it's opened and then shut.
Hmm.
And this
Interesting.
is and this is the end of the session.
Yay.
It
Hey,
says 10
that
to
was a
11.
lot of fun.
I hope so.
Hmm.
There you go. You all defeated Mr. Blobby, which
That
Mr.
was close.
Mr. Blobby is a real creature, a real character in our world.
I saw your GIF from Nightmare
Yeah,
Fuel right there.
he was on TV in England in
I
the 90s.
I vaguely remember like you could get like inflatable toys of him, and
Yeah,
like it was like you would like punch it and it would pop back up.
yeah, that makes sense. There's a story about Mr. Blobby getting beaten up by an adult and all the crowd cheering. It's a true story.
That's kind of hilarious.
Yeah, people hate Mr. Blobby with a passion. He
Yeah.
was made as a
Understandable.
How was he made? He was made by adults as a joke character for kids, but it was a
Mhm.
joke character for a prank show where they got celebrities
Gotcha.
in. They didn't know it was a prank. They thought it was for a kid show. They made Mr. Blobby by taking all the most horrific, horrible things about kids' characters and mashing them together. He also has a Christmas #1. There
Oh
you
my
go.
god.
That's the horror. That's not actually that bad. The real Mr. Blobby is not that much worse than that. It's just a zombie Blobby. It's like, oh god.
Wow.
He is a thing of nightmares. Just yeah, that one.
Same time. Oh
Is
god.
he's a terrifying creation. Remember I am well, I guess one of you won't know. Some of you won't know. Next week I'm not here because
Hmm.
I will be in another town for the afternoon.
Yeah.
So there is no game next week. It will be in 2 weeks.
Hmm.
And Saturday is also off for you as well, right?
No, Saturday will be fine.
Okay, it's the
It's
following Saturday.
no, it's in June that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I thought you said there was like two. I know there's one where you're going to the
Yeah,
show.
it's in June. I'm trying to find the exact date. Where I go away on a Thursday and come back on a Sunday.
Okay.
It's the UK Game Expo. The 2nd of June, and I come back on the 5th of June, which that other game might be ended by then.
Hmm.
Yeah. Oh, so it's
It
next week for this session is when you're going to Drag Race, right?
yes,
Gotcha. I knew it was one of the two.
The
So
one that we did for
Saturday,
free.
we're on.
Yes.
Fantastic. I'm looking forward to
Your creepy doll.
seeing what Secret can do.
Be a creepy freaking doll.
hmm
Yep.
The anti-bard.
Yeah, it really is.
I really like this. I'm excited to play it.
Yeah. I like this one. It's fun.
Yeah, I also I was thinking like when we were playing this session, um how much fun like the character of Doc would have with our literal sentient skeleton.
Yeah.
The Doc would have a field day with the party for the escape
Yeah.
from below.
Yeah, he would. She would.
Get
They
the
would.
sentient
It would.
skeleton, the living doll. There's a tiefling, right? Goblin, and like an elf.
So many bones. So many studies.
Out of my bones. But
Ah,
I shall be off because I am tired.
yes.
Yeah. Thanks again for the session.
See you in 2 weeks.
Sheriff, I don't think I caught what name you want to go by, but T-Man. Nice meeting you.
Yeah, you can call me Tom if you want. That's my name.
All right, cool. Yeah.
Either
Tom,
or.
it was great meeting you and a lot of fun playing with you.
Yeah, you too. I enjoyed the session. Yep.
Yeah. See you in a couple weeks, guys.
See you in a couple of
Except
weeks.
for
See
Josh,
you
we'll
all.
see you on Saturday.
And I'll see Gabe tomorrow anyway.
Hmm.
So, bye.
Bye.
Adios.
Yeah.